Hey everyone, it's Emma and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today's video, and I know I say that a lot, but this is a swap, a product I've been wanting to use for a very long time. Today we're talking about e-bikes. Specifically, we're talking about Aventon. So thank you to Aventon for making this video possible by gifting us these bikes. We are so grateful to receive them and so excited to put these bikes to the test. Dan and I got a truck and an RV, and we're planning on living in an RV full time some point next year. It might be next spring, it might be next fall, but eventually, if you didn't know, we're getting out of the military and we have no idea where we're going to be living in the next 7 months. So we're like, let's get an RV. And that way, no matter where we get jobs, where we get internships, no matter what's next for us, we'll have a home. We don't have to worry about finding an apartment or finding a house, whatever it may be. All that being said, this is why we need bikes, because we don't want to have to drive our truck all the time, because it's just going to be a great tool to have in the future. But also now, because also one of my 2022 New Year's resolutions was to give up my car as much as possible. I live quite far from my place of work, so I don't think I can be able to bike to and from work. I mean, I can, but it's gonna be several hours out of my day. Now, because we have really nice bikes, we're going to be able to go to the grocery store and out to dinner and the library and the park and to run other errands, and it's going to be so great to not have to rely on our cars so much, which is a very difficult task to ask people in the United States. It's just very, very exciting to have a really good bike that I can take care of and make last a really long time, and also help reduce my carbon footprint. So all that being said, let's go ahead and jump right in. We're going to start with an unboxing and a putting together, and then also our first thoughts riding the bikes. We were blown away by how they worked. First things first, this task definitely could be completed by one person if you do live alone, but it was really nice to have some help. So if you end up getting one of these bikes, I highly recommend you ask a friend or a family member to come help you put it together, mostly because they are very heavy. They are very durable and very high quality. So it was quite the task lifting them out of the large boxes without them kind of getting stuck on the box as you remove them. It was nice to have one person hold the box, and it was nice to have the other person lift it out. As well as when it came to putting on the front tire, that was really the only other part that required two people, in my opinion. The rest of it was very easy, just tightening screws and so forth. They also have this handy feature on the side of their boxes. You can scan the QR code and it'll take you right to a video of your exact model bike that you have purchased. And it has a really nice walkthrough video for you to get a good idea, a good visual of what you need to do to put together your bike. But don't worry if you're not that technologically advanced, you don't like videos for some reason, they do have a paper manual that they send in the box as well. Mine is the Pace 500 step through, and I am so glad they had it in this color. I thought they were out of this color, which is my absolute favorite color. So this Pace 500 also comes in ghost white, and I got it in the size small to medium. They also have a medium large. For reference, I'm about 5'5". This probably could have fit people even taller than me, so I thought this was quite big for a size small medium. But that being said, I don't think it's too big for me. I think like once I adjusted the handlebars and the seat, it fit perfectly. Now let's talk about some of the specs. This bike has a top speed of 28 miles per hour, a 40-mile-an-hour battery range, as well as you can sync to their app. Now let's talk about e-bikes and exactly how they work, because I was quite confused on how they worked. So they work just like a traditional bike in that you don't have to use any battery assist, and it has regular gears like a normal bike, as well as handle brakes. The only other part that is added is a battery and battery assist feature, which works kind of like gears extra. So you can increase the speed, you can increase the gears essentially of this electric assist. You can really feel it when you're pedaling, how it like gives you a little bit of a boost. I like to think of it like when you're playing Mario Kart and you have one of those little mushrooms that gives you a little boost. That's what it feels like in real life. It feels like you're playing Mario Kart. So that being said, you can use an e-bike without using any of the battery at all, or you can use an e-bike using full battery. If you just increase the speed and use the throttle, you then don't have to pedal at all. Or you can do a combination. You can do a combination of pedaling and battery assist. The pedal assist on this bike has 5 different speed levels. And then depending on how fast you're going with the battery assist, that depends on how fast your battery is depleted, making it a 25 to 48 mile range. So the lower the setting you have it on with the battery, the farther you can go. This bike is 52 pounds, and if that sounds heavy, wait till you hear how heavy Dan's bike is. The maximum weight payload for this bike is 300 pounds. The regular gears for this is an 8-speed, so there's 8 different gears you can use. And then I also chose this bike because of the seat. It has a really wide seat, and I have a really wide butt, and So far so good, it's really comfortable. I think one of my favorite parts about this bike too is that it comes with a headlight and tail light, and the tail lights function just like a car. When you squeeze your brakes, your tail lights light up. They also are on the entire time, as well as the headlight. This was just a great feature that I thought we would have to buy extra, but it came with the bike and it was really handy. And that's pretty much all of my thoughts so far on the Pace 500. I'm filming this we just put them together today. After I wrap up this, I'm going to give it a few weeks of a trial run, and then I'm going to come back for some final thoughts after I've used this bike for a few days, a few weeks. And then don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, where I will probably be talking about this more in real time on my stories and in posts that don't take me weeks to edit. So if you want more real-time updates and more like vlog style, me taking it to get groceries and us taking it to go to dinner and a movie and whatever it may be, definitely follow me over there. And if you have any more questions about the Pace 500, let me know down below. So Dan got the Aventure regular, not the step through. It does have the bar in the middle. And this bike is also designed for off-roading. And if you take a look at those tires, those are 4-inch tires. They are massive. So this bike also has a 28 miles per hour top speed. This bike does have a 45-mile average range though, so it does go a little bit longer. That being said, with the speed, and I believe this goes with my bike too, the Pace 500, it's up to 20 miles per hour on throttle alone, so that's with no pedaling. But with the pedal assist, you can go up to 28 miles per hour. So that's when you're also pedaling and powering the bike, you can get 8 more miles per hour. This bike also has 5 levels of pedal assist, and this bike comes in at a whopping 73 pounds. This bike though has a maximum payload capacity of 400 pounds, and once again, this chain is an 8-speed chain. So when it comes to off-roading with e-bikes, a lot of wilderness areas and national forest lands, even some national parks, don't allow e-bikes in certain areas because motors are loud. There are a lot of reasons why public lands won't allow e-bikes, but this is something I just read and I need to go tell Dan. He'll be so excited about this. You can actually remove the throttle and the bike will continue to operate unplugged, meaning you can use this bike as a regular bike and not just as an e-bike if you want to take it off-roading where e-bikes aren't allowed. And then something else I think we need to note about e-bikes is that they do still work and operate in the rain. Obviously, just like with any electronic, you probably don't want to submerge it, especially for like long periods of time. Like, don't just chuck it into a body of water. But like, if you get caught in the rain, don't worry, your bike is still gonna function. Aventon also made it super easy to put together because they gave us all the tools we needed as well. And you don't have any supplies to put together a bike. They supply you with everything you need, the manual, the tools, videos, and it was all very easy. The pictures, it was well outlined. We didn't have any questions. There was no point in the putting together process that we were like, oh my gosh, we can't figure this out. This is so frustrating. Like, no, it was so simple, so straightforward. And we did both bikes in 2 hours. Now that you've seen the bikes put together, let's go take them for a test ride. I mean, I did it in the past, but you can see us take it for a test ride. I wish I got Dan's first reaction on the camera, but I was talking to my neighbor and we were just watching him go back and forth. He was having a great time, and like I didn't know how to use the pedal assist right away, so I was just riding it plain, and I was still having a great time. But once you put that pedal assist on, it is just such a unique feeling that if you've never ridden an e-bike before, it is so much fun. I feel like it's like riding a roller coaster for the first time. It's just so unique and so different anything that I've ever experienced. And then later this afternoon, Dan did take it to O'Reilly right down the road, and he took it to the test. He actually went all the way up to 28 miles per hour on the pedal assist. He said it was a really good time. So those are our first thoughts. Now we're gonna go through the whole process of downloading the app and syncing my phone to my bike. The app can also help you track your rides and track workouts, and then the display screen tells you the battery health as well as how fast you're going. And I believe there's some other features I have yet to explore. So that's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna set up my phone and my bike. So I'll see you in 1 second, but it'll be 2 weeks for me. We've had our bikes for about 2 weeks now, and and we're going to talk about our final thoughts. Well, maybe not our final thoughts, but
our thoughts to this point.
Yes, we'll do maybe an update in 6 months or a year. If you guys are interested, let us know. But for now, here's what we think.
It's great. I use it every day riding to and from work. It's fast. I've never felt like I was disrupting the flow of traffic even when I'm riding in the road. It's smooth. It's great. I am thoroughly pleased with them, and I think they're a great investment.
Yeah, and so you ride yours every day.
Every day.
Twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day.
Yep, sometimes
How
more.
far do you take your speed up to? The battery?
So when I'm on the main road, where the speed limit's 45 miles an hour, I have it on this 5-speed pedal assistance, so I can get to the full speed of 28 miles an hour, which does fine, and a battery lasts me a week. I ride, it's not a far ride, 2 miles one
Round
way.
trip?
One
way?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't think it was that far.
Yeah, it's 2 miles one way, so 4 miles each day. And I don't use 5 the whole time. It's only during the one, like maybe 3/4 of a mile section that I need it. And my battery, I've only charged it once.
Yeah,
So.
that was going to be my biggest perk, was the battery. I took mine out, I think, every day for 7 days in a row, and we did like 5 miles minimum. I rarely increase my speed, the battery assist, past 3. And even then, I keep it on a 1 or a 2 pretty consistently. And that being said, my battery still fluctuates between 95 and 100%. I haven't charged mine at all. So the battery really lasts a long time if you're not using it the whole time. Yeah. But even then, even when you are using it the whole time, it still lasts a week.
Yeah.
It depends on how far you have to go, of course. But I'm very impressed with the battery life.
I took it on its farthest trip yesterday. I think it was a total of, I want to say it was 12 miles round trip. And probably. I think I started at a full 100% charge, and I think by the end of the trip I was down to 86, and I was going back and forth between 2 pedal assist all the way up to 5 using the throttle assist. I varied at what my speeds were, so I think the battery is still great for that long of a trip.
Yeah. And there's also just regular gears from like 1 to 8 as well, so if you don't want to use the battery at all, you can do that. Sometimes I forget about that. And I'm like, oh, maybe I don't need to be using my battery at a 3 going up this hill. I just need to lower my gears.
I do think, though, specifically with the Aventure, seeing as it weighs, I think it was about 70 pounds, 72 pounds.
72, I think.
It's not fun to ride without any pedal assist. I tried it. Any sort of incline was grueling. Even downhill was not that great. So I would not recommend trying to use the Aventure without pedal assist. So if you're looking for a bike that you don't want to use pedal assist all the time, the Aventure is probably not for you. You should probably look into something like the Pace 500.
Yeah, and then even then, mine's still 50-ish pounds. Getting it to start right away is pretty hard. So I use the throttle to start, and then after that I can ease off the battery a little bit because it's pretty easy to keep it going once you're already going. Something else, not really related to the bikes, but I've been very impressed with biking in Las Vegas. I was really scared because there's not bike lanes all the time, as well as I feel like even when I'm walking, drivers aren't very cognizant of their surroundings, especially when it comes to pedestrians. So I've been very pleased with people giving us plenty of room to pass, and not hitting us has been great.
Yeah, that was one of my worries too. One of the spots that I have to ride every day to work is across 4 lanes of traffic. I have to go from the bike lane, which is on the far right, to the turn lane, which is on the far left. And I've never once had anybody almost run over me. I just throw my signal up and then everybody lets me over. So people are very accepting.
Yeah, I think especially if you're biking in the US, an e-bike is the way to go, just because the United States is not built for bikes and walking. It's built for cars, meaning you have to travel long distances to go to restaurants and the movies and to get your groceries. So having an e-bike makes these things like commuting a lot easier, in that you're not having to do like a full-blown workout just to get to work.
Especially here, like when I come home from work, it's 103 degrees outside. I don't want to be doing a full workout.
Right.
Even though it's only 2 miles, I don't want to die on my ride home.
I think the only other thing that I have really enjoyed, surprisingly, is the rear rack. I wasn't really sure how I was going to feel about it, but it's been great to we just bungee strap stuff onto it.
And then they make, Aventon, I think, even sells bags, I think, that you can put.
Oh, you have some comments?
You haven't ridden on the bikes yet. She's going to.
You think so?
Yep, she's going to.
How? Like one of those little...
I'm just going to stick her in your basket and leash her in.
Leash her in? No, she'll be so scared. No, what we want to do is those little like child wagons you can attach to the back. It's got like, I'll put a picture up instead of describing it. We want to get one for Denahi so we can bring him along.
I think he would love it.
You definitely need an e-bike for pulling Denahi.
Yeah.
He's chunky.
Thanks again to Aventon for sponsoring the video and providing us with the bikes for review. It was great. The customer service there was awesome. And they're a pretty awesome company. And even with my stuff for trying to find for repairs on how to change the tires, because I've never changed the tire on an e-bike, it's been super helpful. Their customer service and the maintenance things that they have online are super helpful and handy.
For sure. And if you would like to see more behind the scenes videos of us taking them to get groceries, we're going to be going to Yosemite in a few weeks. Actually, we'll probably already have been to Yosemite by the time you see this video. And we're going to be taking them with us on that trip and e-biking around the Yosemite Valley. We're really excited for that. What else are we going to do with our bikes? Might take them to San Diego.
Yep, they're probably going to come with us to San Diego.
Yeah, they're probably going to come with us everywhere. So now we don't have to rent a car or pay for expensive Ubers. We can just bike around these cities. Yep. Wait, I don't think did I say where the content was going to be? If you want that behind the scenes content, follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Yeah, I think that's it. Again, thank you to Aventon for sponsoring this video and gifting us these bikes. We are super grateful and we love these products. If you would like to shop them, use the link down there. Thanks for watching. If you appreciated this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions about Aventon or e-bikes in general, leave them down below. We would love to do a follow-up video educating you guys on this topic. And until next time, remember that your small actions have a big impact in the long run. Bye, guys.